Hi there, it's Nicole for Lawn Fawn, and today's card features the new Oh Snap stamp set, which is this little mini stamp set with the gingerbread men. And I combined it with the little elements from Baked with Love. I thought they would be perfect for this card to make it look kind of like a Christmas baking type of scene card. I'm going to stamp the images from Baked with Love and Oh Snap here on some smooth white cardstock using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And then I'll be coloring in all of these images with Copic markers. I'm going to be using the flour sack and then that little drop of flour from Baked with Love. Then I've got both of the gingerbread men from Oh Snap, and the one, of course, his little foot's broken off, which always seems to happen when baking shaped cookies of any kind, I think, that at least one or two of them end up with their little limbs broken off. And then I'm going to stamp the bowl, spoon, and eggs from Baked with Love to round out this baking scene. There's lots of other elements from Baked with Love that I think would work as well. I already knew I wanted to use a stitched rectangle, and I try to keep the elements to fit inside that kind of real estate area that I chose with the stitched rectangle I'll be using. I'm going to start with coloring the bowl. I did go with Christmas red here. For my bowl, it's going to be a red and white bowl where the inside and then the stripe are going to be white. So I colored the rest of it red. Now I'm going to skip on over and color in my gingerbread men with some brown markers. I'm using E55 and E57. I think these are just so cute, and the little play on words, the pun there, is absolutely adorable and fun. One of the great things that Lawn Fawn is known for. And these little mini stamp sets are such a great addition. They work with a lot of the other Lawn Fawn stamp sets and just are lots and lots of fun. I'm going to work to get these little gingerbread men all blended in the way I want them to look. For the little dots there on their stomach, I'm going to color those in with the red markers as well. A lot of times when coloring with Copic markers, I do try to keep to the markers I already have out and not incorporate too many colors, depending on what I'm coloring. For this one, where it's a Christmas themed card, I really kind of kept with traditional Christmas colors with reds and a little bit of green. Color in my other gingerbread men. The more saturated you get these, the better those two colors will blend together. Just got to be careful you don't oversaturate it too much that it goes outside the line. I'm going to move on to the wooden spoon. You could definitely color it a different color if you want it to be a different type of spoon, but I chose to go with a more wooden spoon look. Then I will move on to adding the white portion of the bowl, but I'm using some warm gray markers here just to add a touch of color. As that alcohol ink evaporates, the wetness does, it will be a little bit lighter. You can see it's already much, much lighter there in the bowl, but that way it's not so stark white. It gives it a touch of color. I colored in the eggs and then the flour with a brick white Copic marker. Very light, but it does again add that touch of color. Here's that little green stripe on the bag of flour, so it almost looks like a bag of flour specially made for Christmas. I'm going to color it in with the reds that I've already used for the bowl, and then a couple of green colors, G46 and G29. I like to kind of keep the theme throughout all of the images. Make sure I get all those colors blended really nicely with the reds. Go back with my lightest, the R24, and blend that out even more. I did go back in with my darkest green, the G29, and blend it a tad bit more as well. I'm going to add just a touch of E55 to the flour and then blend it out with E40. Went back to the bowl and added a tiny bit more shadowing inside. And then I'm going to tape all of the coordinating dies from Baked with Love and Oh Snap over all of the images and die cut them all with one pass of the machine. The only thing I'm going to have to die cut from this page with another turn of the machine is the other egg. I'm going to actually use just two of those eggs that I stamped. So I will die cut all of these images with one pass of the machine, take them all out, and then run it through again to die cut the other egg. Go ahead and set these all to the side now. And then I'm going to take some black cardstock and I'm going to use a powder tool, especially with a dark color like this. I want the embossing powder to only stick to the stamped part of my card. I stamped along one edge the Happy Christmas. I'm going to be cutting that into a strip to place along the rectangle in my card. Then from a little birdie told me I'm going to use a thought bubble, stamp that with Versamark, and use the Oh Snap greeting in that and sprinkle these with white embossing powder. Both of the greetings are from Oh Snap. I will heat emboss those now and then die cut the Oh Snap with the the thought bubble around Oh Snap with the coordinating A Little Birdie Told Me die. I thought the contrast of the black with the crisp white embossing on it would be a nice addition to this card. I've die cut my rectangle from some white cardstock, there you can see behind, and I'm going to be using the scallop die to die cut some black cardstock to mat behind it. I attached that Happy Christmas strip across the bottom of my white rectangle, and then using glue dots I am going to attach all of my die cut elements along that strip. Not only does it serve as a great place for my greeting, but it is a great place to ground all of these little images so that it looks like they're kind of sitting along a straight edge or a countertop or something like that. Just a great grounding tool. Attach all of these little bits and pieces. I just have the couple of eggs left. First I thought I'd put it on top. I didn't like that, so I placed it behind. Attach my thought bubble Oh Snap greeting up there above. Then for just a tiny bit more touch of color, I am going to stamp some little mini hearts from Baked with Love to the top portion of my card. I did attach the panel to a black scallop rectangle as well. I'm using the red lobster ink from Lawn Fawn to stamp those hearts, add some detail to the eyes on the one gingerbread man, and then use the Wink of Stella clear glitter brush pen to make that a glitter mixing bowl and add a little glitter to the hearts. And then I'll attach my panel to a white card base and my Oh Snap card is all finished. Thanks for watching this video showcasing the Lawn Fawn Oh Snap stamps and dies. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video on YouTube. Thanks for watching and we'll catch you next time.